Imagine you're an indigenous villager living in the remote jungle of Peru, going about your daily life. Then, in the dead of night, a strange, non-human entity approaches. For the people of Alto Nanay in the Peruvian region of Laredo, this wasn't a legend, it became their reality. In July 2023, the indigenous Iquitu people of the remote parts of the Amazon suffered what some would call an otherworldly experience. The villagers reported seeing tall, metallic-like beings flying towards them. In mass panic, the villagers did what any normal human would do. They fired at them. The villagers used shotguns against these beings, but with no effect. The villagers reported saying that when they would fire at these beings, the beings either would teleport, disappear right in midair, or they would simply hover and fly higher into the air to where they couldn't be shot at. Viewer discretion is advised for this next scene. In this video here, the villagers, startled and scared, witness this possible being that you can see on the rooftop. It's hard to make out as it is dark in the middle of the night in the forest, but you can see a shape or figure moving, which I would say is the most disturbing part of this video. If you read articles of this story, which are hard to find online, you will read where the Peruvian authorities simply dismiss this case as illegal gold miners with jetpacks and bulletproof armor. There's two problems with that, is that one, the villagers reported that there were no authorities that came over to their village, specifically the village in Alto Nanay, and also it might sound a little bit weird how illegal gold miners could afford jetpacks, much less bulletproof armor, and fly around in the Amazon jungle in the middle of the night. Does sound a bit fishy. I would also like to note that the villagers reported hearing no sounds of jetpacks during their encounters with these beings. Other more disturbing reports were made across other regions of Peru and bordering states of Brazil in the Amazon rainforest. These reports including these beings attempting to kidnap a young girl from another village, as well as another report of these beings firing some light projectile at villagers, leaving many in a state of panic or even causing them to collapse. Judging by these reports, it's clear that whatever these beings are, they are not peaceful. It has been over a year now since these reports started happening. While the reports have died down, it seems that this case has been swept under the rug. But what can we conclude about what these beings were, why were they here, and where did they even come from? In my own opinion, I believe that illegal gold miners can be ruled out. It is highly unlikely that gold miners have the technology that allows them to fly and levitate in the air, disappear at will, and fire light projectile-like attacks. But if they are human, it's likely these people, whoever they are associated either with some government affiliation or some highly classified consortium. These humans, then, whoever they are, were using highly advanced technology, testing it out in the Amazons, which in some ways would make sense because it is more rural, away from big cities and towns, literally in the middle of nowhere, and they were carrying out terrifying acts of violence against these innocent villagers, whether if that was kidnapping or assault. And then the second guess is obviously what we are dealing with is something that is non-human. Could they be aliens from space or beings from some other dimension? Or perhaps they lived on Earth here all along. Whatever these entities are, it's clear that they prefer small, quiet, remote regions across the Amazons. It's clear that their intentions is likely not so friendly, as they did encroach on these villagers' lands. There are reports of them with the attempted kidnappings, the assaults. It's clear that whatever their intentions are is not for the best for man. And the technology that they're using, which is flying up in the air, disappearing at will, being immune to gunfire, clearly matches something that seems otherworldly in terms of technology. My final thoughts are that I do believe the reports made by these villagers. I don't believe they would lie of something such as this. Lastly, is that whatever these beings are, they are likely not human. I say that because if we take the villagers at their word and their descriptions of the technology these beings used, such as the ability to cloak, teleport, or vanish at will, it suggests a level of advancement that I don't believe humans have yet reached. Again, these reports started in July 2023, going on for the next few months into December. Since this year has started, I have not heard any other reports. I hope to hear some information about this sometime in the next year. With that, this case remains unsolved. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and if you have any opinions on this, feel free to leave a comment.